Now, Republicans joined Democrats in criticizing the president for not specifically calling out white nationalists. Senator Cory Gardner of Colorado said on NBC Sunday that this isn't a time for innuendo to allow room to be read between the lines. This is a time to lay blame. White nationalists had assembled in Charlottesville to vent their frustration against the city's plans to take down a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Counter-protesters massed in opposition, which they were allowed to do. But again, so frustrated, so upset is the left that Donald Trump did not do enough, didn't say enough, did not do enough. And there's going to have to be another speech, and it'll be probably coming sometime today. It hasn't happened this morning. But does he really have to apologize to himself for this initial speech? I don't think so. A lot of presidents could have, should have, would have done a lot of different things on here. I thought his speech may have not been the most perfect one, but he condemned the violence. And he said on both sides, he didn't name him out specifically, just like Barack Obama didn't name the Islamic fundamentalist terrorist. He couldn't call them by name. Well, Trump will call them by name. But that won't be enough. And they'll make this out to be something that Trump supporters, most of them, they must subscribe to these very things because these are the people that were in the stands. These are the people that come to his rallies. There'll be all these new expos and news programs that they will springboard off this for features on newspapers. Mark my words, it'll be coming one by one this week. There'll be tons of them. They're already out there. But this is talking points for them. This will derail the China, and at least we get off that. We're not talking about nukes, or we're not talking about Guam. This one's going to have the hatred that's in America. And what Donald Trump said, simply from New Jersey, is this is nothing new in America. This has been existing for rather a long time. It doesn't mean that we're fine with it. Doesn't mean that we're okay with it. Should be condemned. Absolutely. We've always had extreme factions in our country. And if they break the law, they should have the book thrown at them. And such is the case with those that orchestrated any kind of violence. But the city said it was okay to have this. They gave them the permit. They said it was fine. And then it just, the flames of hatred just on both sides. There was agitation. People got hurt. But one person dead. This one lady was an activist, and she was against white supremacists and neo-Nazis and all that other stuff, and that's a good thing. Most of America, all of us should be against all of this, but a lot of people are not. A lot of people don't see eye to eye with that, and they're protected. They're protected. The men and women in uniform that go to fight, and they're overseas, they've fought courageously. These are the people that protect us and our right to speak, whether or not it agrees with us or it doesn't. We have the right to be able to say these things, and even openly, and demonstrate it. As heinous as it is. But the problem is that they were not peaceful. When you drive a car into that showed real hate, real bigotry. But it reared its head, and it's evident that it's still there. What's most annoying right now is to be able to go ahead and label anybody that likes or supports the president as that. And to me, what's going to happen as a result of this is going to exacerbate the flames of those out there to the left that already think, because they were saying it all along, even before this happened in Charlottesville, that he was a racist, he was a bigot, and that anybody that supported him, this is the kind of character that people have that support the president, because he didn't like immigrants, He's anti-gay. He's anti-this. And this is all the stereotypes that people were feeding into already. And this is going to be the new narrative right now for the next several weeks on the left station. CNN, they're going to have all these specials. I guarantee it. Mark my words. And they will be inciting a whole lot more violence in our country. Just because you want to take America back, make America great again. He never said by doing that we're going to rid one race from the country. It has nothing to do with that. When you're violent like that, when you're extreme like that, and you're just overboard and just few bricks short of a load, violence, there's no place for it. And again, my heart is heavy, and I'm so glad that Franklin Graham, our first hour of the broadcast, we read what he had to say. And I probably should read it again, because what he said really, I think, solidifies what so many of us already know. But shame on the politicians who are trying to push blame on President Trump for what happened in Charlottesville. He says it's absurd. What about the politicians, such as the city council, who vowed to remove a memorial that had been in place since 1924, regardless of the possible repercussions? How about the city politicians who issued the permit for the lawful demonstration to defend the statue? And why didn't the mayor or the governor see the power keg that was about to explode and stop it before it got started? Instead, they want to blame President Donald J. Trump for everything. Really, this boils down to evil in people's hearts. Satan is behind it all. He wants division. He wants unrest. He wants violence and hatred. He's the enemy of peace and unity. I denounce bigotry and racism of every form, be it black or white or any other. My prayer is that this nation will come together. We are stronger together, and our answers lie in turning to God. It was good to hear that several Virginia and Charlottesville leaders attended church today at Mount Zion. The racial divides that fueled Saturday's violence were replaced by Unity Sunday. Continue to pray for peace for all of those impacted by Saturday's tragedy. And that's Franklin Graham, the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association. Well said. Thank you. And there's so many other preachers around the country this weekend that have said things very, very similar. Folks, it's a heart issue. It's a mental issue where people are just, they're coming unglued, folks. They're just not right in the head. It's sad, but we do need to pray for these type of people. But folks, they've always been around. It's nothing new, but they need to be denounced. And I think we really do have to take a hard look on these demonstrators and how we do business, moving very carefully as we're trying to erase history, things that have already happened. We'll talk about it.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Women Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. And For the People continues coast to coast with a good dose of common sense. You know, talking about these very contentious issues can evoke a lot of feelings for a lot of different people out there. And I got to tell you, it's tough sometimes to sift through some of them because a lot of what happens seems to be just ridiculous, thoughtless. But again, I think there is a spiritual component of it, meaning, when Dr. Graham talks about the condition of the heart, mental illness, spirituality. I am a firm believer that people do get twisted spiritually, and it's men's hearts that for ages, Cain kills Abel, and just that hatred's been in human hearts for thousands of years, unfortunately. But there should be no place. We're going to hear from the president any moment, so we're going to be going to him as he steps up to the lectern. You'll be able to hear it breaking right now if you're listening to us live, which a lot of our stations are doing that. And if not, it's earlier today. But you'll get it from the president's mouth. He's been urged to be able to do it. I think it's the right thing to do. And it will be a time where the president can mend a few fences. And I'm sure that it'll be very thoughtful and very timely right now. Something that America needs to hear. A lot of nerves are frayed right now. And moving forward, because there's other cities, other towns that are considering taking down statues, and you know that these groups are not going to stop. They're going to continue coming out, and we don't want to see another young lady mowed down anywhere ever again in our country. No more violence. These need to be peaceful protests. But I'll tell you what, there's probably going to be any scheduled protest